Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes. Good morning, Foxes. How the devil are you today? How's it going? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. How's your weekend been so far? We're in that middle part of Christmas, New Year. No one quite knows what to do. But today, you know what day it is. It's time for the original Sunday morning LCFC football show. So it's Sunday. It's 10 a.m. It's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, run by us fans and here for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion really matters. Let's get going. It's kick-off time. Come on, you Foxes.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Morning all, I hope you're well. Like I said, it's in between that time of Christmas and New Year. Everyone's getting fat, everyone's eating. The diet doesn't start till next week. Everyone's drinking too much. But we've got football today. 2:30 kickoff on a Sunday on Sky. It's going to be absolutely brilliant against Man City. Are we going to make an impression like we did against Liverpool? Will we come away with something? Who knows? But I've got Andy from MCFC 9320 group coming on to have a chat. We'll bring him on in a minute. I've known him for quite a long time. He does waffle on a bit about Man City, but we can get away with that. Man City are due a win. Haaland is due a goal, unfortunately. Yes, Rude picks his best side. We have a chance of clowning around like wolves, but we can still forget that. Yes, Women's Director of Football has been sacked. Will John Rudkin be next? Oh, I didn't know about that one. Let's hope so. Morning, pal. How are you, Tim? You're good. Let's get a surprise win today and finish the year strong. Yes, last home game of 2024. What more do people want? LCFC Grey. Yeah, Haaland is due a goal, unfortunately. Yes, bottom three now. The three promoted teams in the order they finished. Tells a story. Yes, it does. Are we good enough to get out of it? Have we got worse? I do not know. LCFC, Wayne says LCFC need a win today. It's his birthday. Happy 21st, Wayne. I hope you're well, pal. LCFC Grey. We did a lot of good things against Liverpool. Yes, we did. Good day for my fantasy team, not for my fantasy team over the weekend. Right, let's bring Andy in. He's raring to go and waffle on. How are you, Andy? How are you, pal? Are you good?
Good morning, guys. You okay?
How are you? How are you feeling? Did you have a couple last night? Because you look a little bit blurry-eyed there, mate.
I am a little bit blurry-eyed, mate. You know, well, City are driving me to alcohol at the minute, mate. So I expect to carry on drinking for a number of more weeks.
Well, at least you could have waited to still drink tonight to commiserate tonight instead of celebrating the day before. You could commiserate tonight with a few drinks.
I tell you what, in all honesty, I'm not too fussed at the minute because you know yourself, you've probably seen my social media at the minute. I'm just sick of some of the City fans, the way they're going overboard, and they're if some of them think they've got a divine right to win every match and stuff like that. Old school like me, tech as it is, pal. So I just today, in all honesty, today, I don't normally say this. I can't see us getting anything to this. I've looked at some of the comments about Haaland's due a goal and stuff like that. We're going through a tough time at the moment, but it happens.
Ben Morgan says we're going to get bummed by Man City today. Well, I'm not sure it's time. I mean, what is it? It's one in. I know I don't want to bring these figures up. It's 1 win in 13 in all competitions.
It is,
you haven't won an away game for 8 games, and it's the last game of 2024 against the team in 18th place. Sorry,
makes the odds, mate. Football is football, and historically, we're not good at these early kickoffs. I know it's only half an hour different than a 3 o'clock kickoff, but psychologically, and I think the players may have been out last night. Well, I hope they have been out last night. They might play a little bit better today.
Bit of a team bonding session. But what do you think's gone wrong? I mean, because you've been champions, 4 times on the bounce? I don't know. Is it 3 or 4? I can't remember. 4 now. 4 times on the bounce. Has the pet factor dwindled a little bit? I don't know. Give us the insight on what you think's gone wrong.
Right. In my humble opinion, I know every single team has injuries. And it's not just the Rodri effect, what everyone's saying, because we lost him against Arsenal, for the season. But we've had crucial players out, like Diaz. Diaz has been a massive one, at the back, because although Kyle Walker's the club captain, I love Kyle Walker. He's getting the brunt end of it at the minute. But we've also, as well as all the injuries we've had, and again, injuries is not an excuse. It's part and parcel of the game. But if one team loses 1, 2, 3 key players, throughout the season, they'll struggle. We've actually got 9 players, what you'd expect to be starting, or most certainly on the bench, missing. Yeah. That's been a factor. Massive.
I've had a quick look at your injury list, and I don't know whether the full injuries, but you've got like Stones, Nunes, Edison, Diaz, Rodri, Grealish, Oscar Bob, Kyle Walker. Are they all 100% out, or some of them just small little knocks? Or
it's a mixture, and then it's not only that, Jamie. What else? What we've been seeing, we've got the likes of Haaland, Bernardo Silva, who have played pretty much every. In fact, Haaland's played 90 minutes in every single Premier League game this season. Now, ideally, you'd like to take him off or rest him in some games and stuff like that. So, listen, they're athletes. People think because they're on 300 grand a week or whatever they're on, that they can run faster, they can play more minutes. They're human beings at the end of the day, and fatigue sets in. We've had with Bernardo Silva, and we've also got players what are playing with injections and stuff like that to get them through matches. Again, it's not excuses, but it's a combination of everything. Playing players when they're injured and stuff like that. Listen, if we have a game of football this afternoon, and you get a knock, and I say, "Oh, we're playing on Wednesday," you'll go, "Can't." It's the same for an athlete. They don't expect to clear up because they've got physios and stuff. They're human beings at the end of the day.
They certainly are. Let me just bring in Nick's. Click the link. Let me bring in Nick. Nick's a good old Leicester fan that comes on now and again. Morning, Nick. How are you?
Hello, mate. Are you all right?
You had a good Christmas?
Came and went, really.
It did, didn't it? Like I keep saying, this week's a bit of a dodgy period, isn't it? You're not sure quite what to do. You've been in there listening to what Andy said. What do you think about the Man City struggles, and have we got a slim chance? Only a slim chance. Andy, is that a kind of iron brew you're drinking? Oh, you can't beat a made of girders. Love this stuff. Sorry, Nick.
That's what I know. That's what I normally drink in the Foxes, mate. You remember?
It's been a long time. Yeah. Go on, Nick.
I'd rather be playing Man City at the moment to Liverpool on Boxing Day with the form that they're in. I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. Man City, even with the injuries you've got, some of the players that you're playing, they'll get into some teams in the Premier League's first team. But it's one of it depends on if we can step up again. I mean, the first half against Liverpool, I thought we played some nice stuff. I think Stolarczyk was good in goal. It's whether we can contain it for 90 minutes. So, I mean, let's be fair, Haaland, he might have some minutes in his legs because obviously, like, is it Andy who said he's played every 90 minutes of football? But he's a different beast. So, and with Vestergaard and Cody at the back, that's what worries me a little bit.
Though, with Haaland, yeah, it is, but he's not getting that service because we've had KDB out, only getting minutes. So
mate, he won't need service against that Leicester back four. Some of the mistakes they're making, it's like Christmas is coming. Christmas has come again.
No, listen, on paper, which it's not played, City should beat Leicester today. But I know, because I watch my team closely, I know our struggles at the minute. We're there for the taking. I guarantee today, Rude, I'll be going, listen, the easiest way to get at City is that ball over the top. Is Vardy back today, by the way?
I've not heard anything.
I hope so. He said it was only a light knock against Wolves.
Yeah.
But normally with Vardy, though, Andy, no knock stops him at all. But the last couple of years, he's had a few injuries, hasn't he? That's the problem.
So, give him a 6-pack of Red Bull, he'll be fine.
I just think that's the tactic against us at the minute, because instead you would think as an average football fan, because we're getting hit over the top all the time, let's defend 10 yards deeper, to cut that out a little bit. But Pep, for whether it's the right or wrong reasons, I'm not going to judge Pep, because for me, there's nobody better. He's playing the normal way, so we're still getting it with that ball over the top. So I would suspect whoever you play today, that'll be a tactic to get at us over that ball over the top.
Right, Reece has just clicked the link. Let's bring Reece in. Or has he gone? Is he there? Oh yeah, Reece is still there. Right, yeah. I thought you'd just gone there for a minute, pal. How are you, mate? You all right?
Sorry. Morning, lads. You all right?
How's it going? So, what's your view on today's game then? What are you thinking?
Well, I know we're not in the best of form at the minute, but neither are they, and they have shown that they are very vulnerable. And I'd like to obviously not go out all attack, but I'd like to see us push them back a bit. Try and get in their faces, because they don't like that, Man City. So I'm not saying we're going to win, but I'd like to see us put it on them for 90 minutes and try and get something from the game, because there's no reason why we can't. We've got players that can cause them a lot of problems. So yeah, that's my views really.
Yeah, and if we only got a point against Man City, Reece, do you think that's a decent point, or we've got to be looking for more than that against Man City, considering the form that they're in?
Well, I've always had a mentality of let's go and try. I know it's unrealistic, but try and win every game, because football's all about winning. But yes, I would take a point. Even though they are in very poor form, a point against the champions of England and the best team in the best team in the country. Yeah, it's a great point, fantastic point. So yeah,
Andy, would you be happy with a point? If
I'd rip your arm off now. That sounds stupid, because as the lads just said there, we're champions of England, but we're not playing like champions of England at the minute for whatever reason. So for us, it's that old adage, isn't it? One game at a time, and that's what. Listen, for me, that the league has gone now. Liverpool look on a different level this season. They really do. Fair play to them. But for us, it's not looking at the. We're renowned for second half of the season. We're just like a juggernaut. You'll see totally different City this season, because we've got to be looking at one game at a time now and just trying to get a bit of confidence back to basically challenge for the top four. That sounds bizarre, but we've got to be realistic here. No team has got a divine right to be at the top all the time, and City and us fans are no different.
No, I was going to bring Reedy in then, but Reedy's just sort of vanished for a minute. We'll have to. Don't know what's happened to Reedy at the minute. Nick, it's like you said, we're going to have to worry about the defence, but more the midfield I'm worried about, the creativity, the lacking of creativity in that middle of midfield to give either Dakar. I know people don't rate Dakar, but even to give Vardy the chances, where's it going to come from? Who can we play in there that's going to do the creativity side of it for us?
Well, your obvious answer would be Boyanotte. Should be one of those players, I would have thought, but I don't know what's going on with Ruud and him at the minute. He just doesn't seem to fancy him at the minute. Whether he's seen something on the training ground that he's not happy with, or as rumours are going around, is he going back to Brighton because he's going to be sold? Because there's a lot of that around on social media at the moment. I don't know, but
you're saying Harry Winks maybe be the man, but Reece, what's your creativity-wise? We are seriously lacking a creativity. A James Maddison. I thought El Khanous was going to do that job against West Ham. He did fine. He did great, and I thought he's going to come on and bring on. But even though he's been battling hard the last few games, which is great, which is half the back of you play to 100%. El Khanous hasn't really shown that creativity side that I thought we were going to see out of him. But still done his job well, but not the creativity side.
Well, I think in terms of Facundo, he doesn't put the hard yards in like El Khanous does. He'll put the defensive work in, whereas Buonanotte is a little bit more of a luxury player. But I think in terms of El Khanous, I think he's better coming in off the left, as he's shown against West Ham. Him and Christensen linked very well on that left-hand side. But I don't think... I think what you've seen with El Khanous, he's not... I mean, it's not that he's not great in the number 10, but I just think he's better suited off coming off the left. But obviously, I mean, Mavididi, he's been poor recently. I just don't... I can't see him being Premier League quality, in my opinion. I just don't think he's got the quality to sustain as a Premier League player. But I prefer El Khanous off the left with Facundo in the middle, because he plays with one high fullback, and that's usually Christensen. But he's been doing it with James Justin on the right side. But I don't think James Justin's very attacking minded as much as Christensen is. So it's a bit difficult.
It is. Andy, being a Man City fan, what would you be worried about today looking at the Leicester? If you had a crystal ball and you saw the Leicester, apart from Jamie Vardy, of course, because he always scores against you. He loves a goal against you. Who would you be worried about? Who's your main, you think, oh, God, we've got to be careful of him? Or are you just thinking, I know you've said it's only one game at a time, are you just thinking,
I'll tell you exactly, historically, Jordan Ayew always seems to play very, very well against us. Honestly, historically, he plays very well against us. No matter what club he's been at, he always does well. So I've already, that's why I asked about Vardy. He does always score against us, Vardy. Saying that at the moment, anybody will score against us. But if Vardy's not playing, I would still say Jordan Ayew, who will be a threat.
Now, the only thing with that, Andy, is a lot of people are saying he's suspended with 5 bookings.
Yes, he's suspended.
I've checked, and he's only got 4 bookings. I've gone on to Fox Talk and that, and I've looked at the stats, and it only says 4 bookings. That includes the one he got against Liverpool. So some say 5, some say 4. So I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't seen anybody. There was no reports about it after the game on Boxing Day. I thought, what day was Boxing Day? Thursday. On Thursday. So I don't know. So hopefully he's playing.
Because normally you get a commentator saying such and such a player will miss the next game against whoever, and I didn't. I watched the Liverpool Leicester game, and I agree. I thought in the first half, I thought you really went at them.
I think it was unlucky, Andy, scoring just before half time and scoring just after half time. That's that your team confidence completely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So your lineup today, Andy, what do you think will be in your lineup today? Who's your lineup? Because I've had a look at the last few, and I don't know whether we'll agree on it. But go on, you give me who you think will be lining up today.
If the players what a back who I think, it'll be Ortega. For me, Ortega and many City fans will tell you Ederson's head's gone. You know, when we blocked his move for Saudi in the summer, and his head's not been with us this season. So I would be prepared to let Ederson go in the summer. Not even in the summer, even in January. So it's got to be Ortega. I'd expect Ake, Gvardiol at the back with Rico, Lewis, and Akanji. Although I think Akanji went off with a niggle in the last game. Midfield. He's going to go for Kovacic. I think he'll start.
He plays the holding midfielder, doesn't he? The ex-Chelsea lad.
Yeah, Kovacic. Yeah, he's all right, Kovacic. But again, he's been in and out with injuries. I'd expect Gundogan to come back in there. KDB's not been starting. Like last game, he only came on for the last few minutes. On the wings, I'd expect him to start Doku and Savio with Bernardo Silva and the big Norwegian meat shield up front.
True story, Andy. We tried to sign him from Mould just after we won the league back in 2016. If you remember us winning it that far back, I'm not sure how your memory is nowadays.
I remember it well, mate.
People forget about that. But we tried to sign Haaland for $4.5 million. But the Ranieri says no, he's a bit too young. $4.5 million for Mo. Even if we'd only had it for a couple of seasons, what a signing that would have been.
And he's had a goal scoring record throughout his finger. But he is a boyhood City fan anyway, so he's in his natural home.
He's in his natural home. Right, Ryan's just come on. Reece, I'm going to let you go. Cheers for joining, pal. Before you go, lads. Score prediction. I know it's a tough with the Man City channel on here, but score prediction.
I'm going to remain positive, and I think we get a 2-2 draw.
I thought you were going to say a 2-1 defeat then for a minute.
No. I never bet against me team. I can't. Even if we're playing Barcelona, I'd never say we're going to lose a game. I can't do it.
No. I wouldn't. I want to talk. Oh, then Reece, cheers for that, pal.
Cheers, lads.
See
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Right, let's bring Ryan's clicked on the link. Let's bring Ryan in. It's a bit of a lopsided show for you today, and there's this many Leicester fans coming on.
Hey, I don't. You know something, and you know this. There's some, as football fans, there's teams you don't mind, and there's teams you don't like. Leicester's always been one of them where I've not minded. You know, something I was delighted when you won it in 2016 with Ranieri, mate.
Yes, Ryan, pal. Morning. How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How's you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Today, Man City. Come on, then. What do you think so far? The Liverpool, well, not so much the Liverpool game, just on today. Forget about the Liverpool game because we did well against Liverpool. We came away with which it's surprising. We came away with a defeat, but we did well. And we let 3 goals in, but the keeper did well. It's weird. That's a weird positivity, that isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, strangely enough. Yeah, I thought the Liverpool game, I was a bit more encouraged by what I saw. Okay, we lost again, but the performance is much better than what I saw lately. In regards to moving on to today, against a beleaguered defensive Man City, if you don't mind me saying, we could get something out of it, but I'm still not convinced by our defence, though.
But Ryan, Andy keeps going on about old school, and everyone knows I'm old school, a bit of a dinosaur. It would be the Leicester way, and even Nick knows this, it would be the Leicester way to get something out of the Man City game today.
It could. The form book could just completely go out the window quite easily.
Form book, the form, I wouldn't say there's any form between us two, Ryan. The last 9 games, Man City have got 5 points, and they're in 18th place, and we've got 4 points, so we've also got 5 points, but we're in 20th place over the last 9 games. We're only there on goal difference. We're only bottom of the table on goal difference. So you can throw that forms book out the window, right? Totally out the window, pal, today, mate.
And add to the mix as well, over the Christmas period, you'd always get results where you'd go, ooh.
Yeah.
Always happens.
Let's hope we're doing one of them. Ooh, today. Go on then, Ryan. Sorry, pal. Carry on, mate.
So what was it you want me to...
about today's score and stuff like that, and whether we'll get anything out of it. And
Oh, okay. In regards to the score, I'll probably go with a draw.
Yeah, I think everyone's going for a draw, isn't it? I think everyone's going for a draw, which will be, I think, will be quite a decent result, Nick. Yes.
You can't, even with Man City in the form that they're in, you can't snuff your nose up a draw against the champions. Because let's be fair. I mean, I know Andy said about the team that's got 9 players out. Even with the players in, I would vast majority of those would get and start for our club. Let's be honest, they would. So I'd be happy with a draw.
Andy, is that right? It's Pep's 500th game today. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh God! Don't want him to celebrate.
I think it was on his 200th. He only got a draw, so it don't mean to say because it's his 500th we're going to turn into prime Brazil. That's
not 500 for Man City though, is that? Oh, in charge, yes. So 500th game in charge for Man City. Wish we had a manager that long that could manage that could manage 500 games. Would be great, wouldn't it? There's somebody nicking us. Terence says we might get a surprise result. And it's tough. Are you expecting a win, or what are you expecting today? What would you?
I'm not expecting us to win today, mate. I'm not expecting us to win until we play. And this sounds absolutely bonkers, but I'm not expecting us to win another match until we play Salford City in the cup at the Etihad. Because with the greatest of respect, I know the woes our club's got at the moment, our team. Whereas, quite rightly, what Nick says, even the ones what are playing for us, you'd expect for them to be starting in some other teams. However, some of these players are playing with fatigue as well, like as mentioned earlier, like your Bernardo Silvas and stuff like that. They're dead on the feet. We've not seen the real Bernardo Silva or the real Haaland this season because of the amount of minutes what they're playing. They're athletes. They're playing sort of like 2, sometimes 3 games a week. Now, you can't sustain that over a full season. And now we're going away for this. shortly for this stupid World Cup plastic trophy thing where we could do without, really.
The World Club Cup Challenge, I think it is, isn't it? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I think
When's
it's
that,
clear
mate?
that
When's that?
I think it's clear now that
It's the summer.
up in the midfield it needs a clear refresh in the Man City team. I think.
Well, you say that, but then you say the players we will buy in January. Pep's already said we'll buy in January. But when you take a player like Rodri out of there, when you'd normally have Bernardo Silva in your midfield, like Foden's not been firing this season through on and off the pitch stuff. You put them players in and you think, why would you buy? Would you refresh your midfield? It's one of them seasons where everything's gone wrong, which it can happen. But I'm more than comfy if we finish 4th, 5th this season, or even 12th, I'll be happy because we don't have a divine right to win every football match, and people need to understand that. If I was a Leicester fan today, I'd be going, we're getting 3 points against them today because their defence is rubbish. That ball over the top, boom. That's what
Andy, we are trying to be positive. But being, as you know, being a Man City fan, being a Leicester fan it's hard work at the minute, isn't it, lads? I wouldn't even say it's up and down. It's not even a roller coaster. We're on that dip all the time at the minute, aren't we?
Well, you're at home, mate. You're at home. Your fans at the King Power today should be up for it more than a normal match. You should be up for it today because normally I would agree with you. When City go anywhere, anywhere in the country, you'd expect City to get something. It's different this season, mate. So if you're not up for it today, regardless of how you're playing or anything like that, you may not get this opportunity against us again. I agree with Nick. There's no better time to play us at the minute.
It should have been the last time we played Wolves, but the game was done at half time.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem.
But you could also say against Liverpool, though, the first half against Liverpool was a complete opposite to the Wolves' performance and the Newcastle performance. We got in their faces, we fought and scrapped for every ball. If we can put this together for 90 minutes against a even depleted but strong Manchester City team,
we should be doing that for every
we
game.
can get a result today. But it all depends on what mentality the lads come out with. And who, more importantly, he picks.
Don't pick and choose.
Yeah. The only problem is...
I agree, but it's been happening all season. Whether it was in Rude or it was Cooper, it's been happening all season. So it all depends.
Says, King Power, you won't need ear defenders because, Andy, we have a problem with the atmosphere at the King Power. It's not... The fans don't get behind the crowd enough. We try, but there just isn't enough. There's a singing section that that as much as it has worked, I don't think it has worked.
Same as our place, mate. It's only the bigger games, if you like, where the crowd, all 4 sections, seem to be up for it more. Like generally, it's normally the south stand in ours where the guys, do a lot in there, whether it's banners and stuff like that. It's like the singing section, as you say. We've got one of them. But generally, there's not many stadiums what every single game are up for it, mate. Especially the new stadia.
Ryan and Nick can answer this. Since we've moved into the King Power, the atmosphere hasn't been brilliant, has it? It's not conductive to a good atmosphere the way it's made. The ground, for some reason, we've had times where it's been absolutely fantastic, but it's not been brilliant, has it, lads? And I think today we've got to try, even though it's Christmas, everyone's full of turkeys and pigs in blankets, you name it, beer. We've got to try and get behind them, haven't we, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with that. And in all honesty, I think it's been the case. I know it sounds a bit odd, but I think it's been the case ever since our great late owner Vichai passed. I think it's taken a bit of if you know what I mean, it's had a bit of an impact on the atmosphere in the ground, hasn't it? Because before then, the atmosphere was absolutely electric. Every home game we went to.
But it wasn't actually, not constantly, was it? Unfortunately, it was games, but it was more. There was more noise than anything. But yeah, what was I going to say, Ryan? I'm going to let you go. What did you say? A 1-1 draw? Because we're getting near the end of it. Did you say 1-1 or just a draw? I can't remember what you said.
I I did say draw, but I didn't say the exact score though. But if you want me to give me the score,
Go on, what do you think? What do you think? I know this is a hard question.
It's hard, but I would go probably 2-2.
2-2. Another Desmond. So that's Reese gone for a Desmond. Ryan's gone for a Desmond. Ryan, we shall see you later. Cheers, pal. Thanks for joining, mate. We'll see you again soon. There we go. Come on then, Nick. Are you going to go for the third, Desmond? Are you going to go for a 2-2?
No, I'll go for a 2-1. I'll go for try and be positive and be Mr. Positive for once. You can't go for a draw.
For once, yeah, Mr. Positive for once, yeah. But no,
I agree with that comment. Filbert Street was miles better.
It's normally the worst one, isn't it? He's normally the negative one. I'm glad he's stuffing himself with breakfast at the minute. Rightio, pal. We shall see you soon, Nick. Cheers for joining, mate.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Say that again. Sorry, I cut you off.
Thank you for having me on, and
you're welcome.
Good New Year.
We'll see you again soon, mate. Be good. There we go. Andy, it's just you and me left. Let's have a bit of a sparring match over the score. Go on, pal. You've been negative since you've walked on, since you've come on about Man City.
No, it's not negative. Jamie, it's not negative. It's realistic for where we are at the moment. Now, I could say we're going to go to the King Power today and we're going to wipe the floor with you 4-1. Do I believe that? No, I'll only tell you what I actually think, and I know where we are because obviously I watch us all the time. I know where we're at the moment. It's not just it's lack of confidence as well. And you think, how can a Pep team be lack of confidence? Even Pep's got lack of confidence at the moment, and the great Pep Guardiola. So if we get something today, and I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a 1-1, but if we get something today, it's something to build on for us.
Sorry, you're saying a draw. You're saying a draw is something to build on for you.
For us, yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Wow, man. That's going to be the clip on socials.
Realistic. I'm being realistic. As I say, I could say to you, yeah, we're going to win 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. Do I believe that? No, I'm not. I'm only going to tell you what I actually think rather than what people expect me to say. If we get a 1-1 today or get something out of the game, trust me, it's something for us to build on, mate.
Hold on, what's this? Be realistic. We're not getting heating. We're not beating Man City. That's someone he's having a say. Villa TV, morning Villa TV. How are you, pal? Saw your comments earlier. 3-1 Man City. We'll have you on next week, Villa TV, if you fancy it. Because we've got you at Villa Park. He's having his on, Jay. He's not having his on. I know Andy quite well, and he's down to earth. He's old school. He's very realistic.
Old school, mate.
Yeah. People have a go at pop at me because I'm old school, but no, it's true. Old school is the best.
As I say, mate, I could put the bravado on and go, yeah, we're going to levy as there. No. I know where we are at the moment, and we are at, and not. It's if it be the Etihad, I'd say we'll sneak it. With it being at the King Power, I do honestly think your crowd will be up for it today. And going back to your crowd, Jamie, it is new stadium because at Filbert Street, you'd have established people sat next to each other all the time. Once you move to the King Power, they spread out all over. People who used to sit next to all the time, mate.
Not 100. Yeah, I totally agree. Not 100% correct. That there is a lot of people that made themselves available and sit, and they all went together. And there's some people are still sitting because the seat I sit in is still in the same block of people that I used to sit in at Filbert Street. So there is groups like that, but I exactly understand where you're coming from. There's a lot of, I want to say tourists. We don't get tourists as much as you get tourists coming. Yeah. I knew that would wind you up. Just one thing, Villa TV. Can you drop me a line on Twitter, please? Just to find me on Twitter, the Fox's Arms, or Leicester Fan TV. Just drop me a line, say hello, so that I can get in touch with you about next week. There is. Yeah, we don't get that many tourists. We get a few, but not as many as you do at the old Etihad, and definitely not as many as they get at Old Trafford, pal.
And do you know who's to blame for most of that as well, mate?
Who's that?
Manchester City Football Club, because I never sell if I can't go for whatever reason, I always give my tickets to City fans who can't normally afford to go or get the chance to go. I just give them my tickets because, that's the way I am. But the ones who sell them back to the club, and it happens to a family of 4 or 5 who sit behind us. They can't go to all the matches, so they sell the tickets back to the club, and all of a sudden we're getting not just day trippers but fans of the opposition of the day behind us, and I know that's come from the club because the guys say they've bought them from the club, and the season to go the same. We sold them back to the club, so our club has got a lot to answer for with stuff like that as well.
Sorry, I'm trying to arrange for next week now.
Right.
Villa TV, drop us a line on Instagram then, or Facebook on the Leicester Fan TV, or the Fox's Arms, whichever one. We're all on that one. So yeah, drop us a line on there, pal. Cheers, mate. And then much appreciated for getting you out your alcohol-induced sleep. It's been great speaking to you.
Feel better today now.
Oh, you feel a bit better? Now you've had a can of iron brew made from girders. That will put them back in your system. All right, and Andy, cheers for joining. And what did you say as a scoreline? A draw. You'd be happy with a draw, didn't you?
Hang on. You didn't tell me yours, actually, mate.
I'm going for, you know what? I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be a Leicester win. Not quite sure what win, but a Leicester win. Say, let's go for, we're not going to keep a clean sheet. With how positive you've been about how negative Man City are, I'm going to go for, you know what? I'm going to go for a 3-2. 3-2 to City at Leicester. Foxes.
Taking your first answer.
Foxes. Hey, there's more than one City, pal.
Is there?
Just because you've copyrighted the City name.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go for a 1-1.
I've gone for a win. I've gone for a mental busting 3-2 win.
We'll know in a few hours, my friend, won't we?
We certainly will. Andy, it's been much appreciated. And we shall speak to you soon. Cheers, pal. Cheers for joining me.
Good luck for the rest of the season as well, guys.
Yeah, good luck for you, as long as it's after this afternoon.
Cheers. Speak
See
soon.
you later, pal. Thanks a lot, mate. There we go. There's Andy, much appreciated, from MCFC 9320 group. You can go and follow him if you want to follow any Man City page you want. Cheers, Villa TV. Thank you, pal. Am I listening to Cloud Cuckoo? No, there's a chance, Craig. There's a chance. While you're standing outside the Holiday Inn having a beer, have a chat with the others and see how positive people are. And I think people are positive. Positive we are going to get a win. All the best. Best of luck, Andy. Just not today. Yeah, I said exactly the same thing. See your thoughts. See you through the window, pal. Up the City. Yeah, Reedy's not here for that. He can't get a signal, unfortunately. Leicester City is no way the fast up. Leicester is now way of fast upwards is down to up. I'm not sure what that even means there, Mohammed. Sorry, pal. Man City are a mess. Any other team in this mess, we would say it's a must-win game. Yes, I've gone for a win. Kindly, where's Reedy? Reedy is filling his face with breakfast at the minute. He couldn't make it. He said he couldn't get a signal. I don't think everyone wanted him to see what he was eating. Let's hope so, Craig. Enjoy your beer outside the Holiday Inn, mate. Hopefully you see some of the lads there. Mind you, we aren't doing much better. Yes, great show, Simon. A bit of old school, Swanee. That's what we like, a bit of old school. The last LCFC Gray's going for 2-1. Wayne's going for a 2-1. Phil, what are you going for? Swanee, what are you going for? You haven't put your score predictions in. You've talked a lot. You've walked the talk, but let's walk the walk. Not at the minute, Villa TV, because I'm just about to finish, but we'll definitely have you on next week. That is 100% certain. We'll have you on next week. We'll get you on and talk about the Villa game, either on the Thursday nights or the Sunday morning or the Sunday after the show. Be much appreciated. Chaps has gone for a 1-1. Phil's gone for a draw, but let's go for a win. I've gone for a win. Agreed, Tesco John. Hello, Tesco John. How the devil are you, pal? Are you good? Leicester, Phil's gone for a 2-1 win. Tim Cox has gone for a 2-1 win as well. Mark Gavin, I'm not quite there yet, but yes, I am nearly there. Talking of finishing, it's been absolutely wonderful year we've had to see all the guests on. We've had all the fans. It's much appreciated. Am I the last show of the year? No, Phil's going to be the last show of the year. He's got the last show on Monday night. But it's much appreciated for all of them who've joined me on a Sunday morning. It's been wonderful. For you to get out of your pit in the summer at 9:30. In the winter, you get a half-hour lay-in. It's been much appreciated. I can't remember everyone that's been on, all the reporters we've had on, all the journalists, all the fans. Absolutely fantastic effort for you to come on. Just like to say thank you. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy New Year. Feliz Año Nuevo. Much appreciated. But before you go, I all want you to do a little bit of homework for me. Yes, a little bit of homework. Please like and share wherever you have been watching us today, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever you watch us on. Please like and share. That's a little bit of homework for you. That's it, lads. Happy New Year, and I will see you in 2025. In other words, I shall see you next year. So it's ciao, adios, goodbye, tots vein. There goes the final whistle. Come on, you foxes!
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.